Hello and welcome back to Soul, which actually did surprisingly well as a video that I put up, and there was a couple of comments of people saying they'd like to see more, so I thought, what better way to do that than continue the tale of Sir Tristan in our campaign, and let's see how we do. So yeah, we're just going to keep going with the tale of Sir Tristan. We're currently in Act 1, and we've got a couple more battles to do. We managed to finish those 3 battles, and we've made our way to the armory here, which is great. Getting to this armory is going to let us think about getting some additional units, or even potentially a griffin mount, which is an interesting choice indeed. Alternatively, we could get some lances and shields. Currently, they just have normal weapons. So if we give them a lance and shield, it gives them extra defense, but also +2 charge bonus. Or we could give them a great weapon, which gives them +1 power, just as total, and +1 charge bonus as well, but it doesn't give them the +1 to defense. At least for our Imperial Knights. As for our rifles, we can give them heavy armor, which would increase their defense, make them a little bit tankier, or we could just get another squad of them. As it stands, we've got a lot to think about here. We could potentially actually just get a griffin mount for Sir Tristan. Getting the griffin would mean that he's in flying. He is by himself, which could be a little bit of an issue. But it's actually a very interesting choice for us to go for. It would mean that we'd have our 2 knights like a separate entities, so they would both be different models. Not models, sorry, different units. But Sir Tristan would then also have a griffin mount. I am kind of liking that, so I think we will go with that. And we can even give the griffin mount plate barding as well to increase its defense slightly. We can go over more of the stats when we get into our next battle. As it goes for upgrading, we could get a unit of Imperial Halberds, or we can just upgrade what we have. I think we will potentially upgrade what we have, yeah. I think we get Flame Tongue for Sir Tristan himself. We also increase his vitality, giving him extra defense and wounds. Get a plate barding for the Griffin. And as for this, so we could get a Curse Standard, which could be quite nice with our large number of knights here, or we could get a Lance and Shield. Oh, choices, choices. Or we could get double great weapons. It would mean they'd lose out in the defense, but it would mean they were also much better in combat. And not just on the charge as well, unlike the lances, which give a +2 charge bonus. So they're only good on the charge. If they get stuck in combat, say if they're against something like those zombies, then they don't get the extra bit. Then again, the Curse Standard is also quite nice. I think we're going to go with the Curse Standard. Once per battle, we get +1 attack for all of our knights, which is really quite nice. That'll really improve their ability to deal damage, and with that, we are completely out of money. Now from here, we've got an option. We can either go immediately into an elite battle, or we can try and go for a battle first, then an elite battle, and then we also have a camp down here. This is this bottom road here. Alternatively, we go up the top, we get a random event, an elite battle, then 2 battles, then an armory. I think I actually kind of prefer going through this way. This means we get a little bit of replenishment, potentially, after this first battle. Have a tough battle, but then we have a camp in order to rest after that. Yeah, I think that sounds like the best option, so let's do that. And here we go. Sir Tristan, your time is to shine against the mining crew. So we can see here... good, we're going first. So we can see here that the Knight Commander is now on his own Griffin. Now, we sadly don't get much use out of his Furious Charge. His retinue will just be the Griffin, but having re-rolling attacks on the Griffin, it has 3 attacks itself. Sir Tristan has 4 attacks, 7 attacks from a single unit. They can very easily flank people as well, thanks to how fast they are. And it gives us 2 fairly large units of knights as well to use. So I think we're going to have our knights kind of over here, we've got our handguns here. Would be really nice to have some actual melee troops, someone that could hold the line a little bit, but we're kind of really relying on getting good charges off and our handguns doing a decent amount of damage. I think this kind of setup is okay, so I think we'll just go. So we're against minus. They've got great weapons, explosive charges. I haven't actually come up against them, so 1 use per battle for a very high damaging attack, but very low range, so good to know. They are probably quite slow, so let's move our Imperial Knights up, like so, and we'll make sure they're turned around. If you press X, you can actually see their charging radius. Potentially we don't want to bring them up that far, because we want to make sure that they have good radius here to charge. So these miners should probably move into where they're going to be moving. Yeah, there they go. Perfect. I didn't see these Imperial Archers. They're being very sneaky up there. Would have been good to have our knights go after them, but never mind. These handgunners here As far as their range goes for the handgun, they're currently out of range, but we can potentially move them up ever so slightly, like so. They're still out of range, but we can get a nice, good range attack, and they can get charged by the miners as well, which is always nice. However, they did make all their saves. Dwarves are notoriously tanky. So with that, we'll just finish our turn there. These miners are going to come up there. We've still got those archers to deal with, but we can see here that we've got 20 movement on our griffin, so we can very easily swing around here, and we're definitely going to be in a flanking opportunity with these dwarven miners here. So yep, I think that's good to go. Little bit of archer fire on our knights. We should be okay. 3-up save. We did take 1 wound, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers. And we'll move up these knights here and get them ready to charge as well. Perfect. Yep, and with that, that's our turn done. So we're really relying on our longer charge range thanks to our knights. So we can get some good charges going off. So yeah, we'll charge these guys, hold them in place. We'll get our other knights. We could charge now, or we can try and work out to try and get a flanking opportunity, which I think we might. The Griffin Rider will charge on in. We can probably get a better flanking opportunity on these miners. They'll struggle to keep around us, but then again, they could get in range to throw their blasting charges, which could be quite devastating. You know what? Yeah, we'll just charge straight on up. The handgunners can try and just shoot at the archers a little bit. There we go. Charge is on the way. Good stuff, good stuff. All right. So they've just got their archers left. They did fire on the handgunners. Nice roll from them. We lost 2 of our handgunners for that, which I'm not entirely pleased about, it must be said. But never mind, we can just give them a good blasting. We hit 2, they got 5-up save, we killed 1, so we did lose some handgunners in that exchange, but never mind. These Imperial Knights here, we will activate the Curse Standards. That's going to give them 3 attacks each, so that's a lot of attacks coming out. And I think we will just do Furious Charge. We want to try and deal with these miners as quick as we can so we can then wrap around onto the archers. So, rolling to hit. That's nice. Get a nice reroll there. That's 4 of them. They failed 3 of the saves. It's going to put us really nice on the amount of kills that we're getting. We've got our big attacks here. 5 of them hit. That's another 2. So the miners are going to come back with their great weapons. We still have a 3-up to save, which is good because we've got our hand weapon. And we've got a griffin coming in as well. We did lose 1 of our knights, which is a little bit of a shame. But, they did save both those, but we still win by 5. Let's see if they can hold. No, they do not, so they retreat. Fantastic. Then we come on to Tristan's Black Skulls with their Cursed Banner. 15 attacks, 3 up to hit. 11 of them hit, which is very nice. They do make a bunch of saves, but that's still 5 of them dead. 3 up to save. We lose 1 of our guys. We win by 3. Let's see if they retreat. Nope, they hold. That's fine. We can kind of get around that. Potentially bringing in our Griffin to charge into them, which I don't think is a bad idea. Yet we charge in the flank there. We can try and get our knights up here, and that is our confirming our charges. So the Griffin comes in, our knights come round. We've got the dwarves that are routing, and we've got a good surround on these guys here. Our handguns are taking a bit of a beating. Yeah, we're down to 2. I think we just turn tail and we get as far away from these guys as possible. They're taking too much damage for my liking. Okay, so Tristan, attack. See if we can beat these old beard prospectors, or protectors. I don't know why I said the prospectors, but that's what you get when you read things too fast. Getting some good rolls here. A lot of damage. We killed all but 1. The Griffin should hopefully be able to deal out another one. We did lose another knight. That is a shame. Griffin hit with 2. It's a 5 up to save. Nah, they missed, so we completely wipe that unit. Fantastic. And over here we will wipe this unit because they won't hit us back. So they will start retreating. We kill 3. Not completely wiping it, but it's combat ineffective. They did hold, however, so that's fine. We're going to take a little bit more of a combat there, which we can deal with. Can we get a nice charge onto the flank? We can't. We can't fit in there, so yeah, we're just going to skip our charges. And we will get our... okay, they're shooting us again. These archers have been absolute killer. In fact, they've killed off those handgunners. That is quite possibly the worst thing to have happened. But it's alright, we can get our knights on up. We'll get our Griffin Commander as well, and hopefully he can get a really nice flanking attack from here. I think it should be able to. Depends if these guys are going to want to go on the flank or if they want to go more up the center. See our opponent's roll. Yep, we did manage to kill quite a few of them, but they got a really nice defense roll. And for our save, we pass. Win by 2. There we go. Let's see if they run away. They are dwarves, they're a bit obstinate, but no, they're still faltered. And the enemy is going to rout this turn, so either way we are going to get our good charge. So we've got a good charge there. And yes, they're actually thinking they should be on this flank, so they're not going to be able to charge. That's a shame. We'll just charge with these guys over here. And let's confirm. Let cry war. These knights, we'll just move them on up, just so that if the archers somehow manage to hold and the army stays in, then we can defeat them. But between Sir Tristan and his griffin, we should be able to kill them enough. We've already got the extra battle point from being on the flank. They're going to hit us back with 2. They do both hit, but it's a 2-up save, so the griffin is absolutely fine. Win by 6. And with that, yeah, they break, they run, they're off the field. We have won the day. As soon as we finish off these dwarf guys here, yeah, there we go, win by 3. Fantastic. Okay, a victory, a bit of a Pyrrhic victory there due to the loss of our handgunners. That's going to hurt us quite a bit. But we'll see what we can get. We got a little bit of the models back. We can get another 4 back, so we're back to 7. We didn't actually really replenish anything during that, so let's make sure we get back these knights as well. Mr. Griffin here didn't take a single wound, so he can give us a little bit more money. That's great. And there we go. On to a more elite battle against Korgak. Can Sir Tristan beat Korgak? Is the question. I am slightly worried. We don't know what we're facing here. This is quite an open map, so that's actually quite good for our handgunners. We can use the forest here to kind of keep our knights safe, and we'll keep our griffin on the side. And let's see what we're fighting. Bunch of orc warriors, some boar riders, boar chariot. No ranged firepower, which is good. Okay, let's put our knights out in a commanding position on the midfield, like so. Gives them a good charge radius. They should be able to get something off fairly simply. Yep, so the war chief's coming up with his brutes. Those brutes are going to be slightly worrying, but we can give them a good volley with our handguns, which I think we will do. Still not quite in short range or normal range. We're still in long range, so we're slightly at disadvantage for hitting them, but we do manage to kill 2, so I will take that. The orc boar chariot is probably going to be in charging range, so we need to bring up these imperial knights to act as a buffer for our handgunners, like so. Either way, he should also be able to get into the war chief as well. These boar riders may be in range, we'll have to see, but they shouldn't be close enough to actually affect it. We'll bring our griffin up with Sir Tristan, flying over the battlefield, taking another commanding position over here. He's got a really nice long charge range, so we could even potentially bring him against those warriors, but we don't want to do that in the front. Turn 2. Let's see these charges. What can we declare? We could declare that we are going to go into this boar chariot. That is an option that we have, as it's most likely going to be charging our handguns. Both of these guys are coming in from the front. Maybe just get our knights to counter-charge the warriors. Okay, let's counter-charge the boar chariot. That's fine. And I don't think we want to charge anything else. We want to try and get Tristan ready to charge these brutes on the flank if possible. So, okay, they've actually messed up their positioning a little bit. We can't quite get Sir Tristan in position, which is unfortunate. He can't quite fly that far. But what he could do instead is he can fly himself, so he's ready to hit this chariot in the flank. I think that'll do just fine. These boar riders here are a little bit worrying, so we can... Are they in our cone of fire? They're currently not, so we can turn to give them a volley. Only hitting 3. How's their rolls? We did manage to kill 1, so that's good. Let us bring our troops back a little bit, and hopefully they shouldn't still be in charge range. We'll have to see. These Imperial Knights here, we'll put the curse standard on them. With all of their attacks, they should hopefully be able to deal with those Orc Warriors. The Chariot is attacking us here. We did fail our save, so we did lose 1 of our Knights, but we still got 10 to hit back with. That's 6. See how the defensive roll does. So we did 3 wounds to it. Win by 1. See if they hold. They do not. Good. That then opens up a nice flanking opportunity on these warriors. Good amount of hits. 9. They did make a lot of saves, so we did kill 4. They got 4 hits back. This is a 3-up save. We made 3 of them, so we're okay. We win by 3. Let's see if they retreat. They do. Good. This has opened up a nice charging opportunity in the center of the map here. See what these boar riders do. They are going to be attacking. We don't have a path to the target there, unfortunately. Let us charge into the side of this war chief with these Imperial Knights and these other Imperial Knights. We could get a really nice wraparound on their leader. I think that's the best tactic. Yeah, there's no path to target here. That is very unfortunate. So our handgunners are going to be hit in the side. Poor handgunners. They really just can't get a break today, can they? Let's actually get our Knight Commander to go after these Orc Warriors. We'll have to deal with the Imperial handgunners when they eventually rout. I think this is probably the best idea. Yep. Confirm those charges. Everybody come in. Ba-doo, ba-doo. Good stuff. Alright, good. Nice wraparound from everybody. There's a war cry that's gone on. We'll activate our Furious Charge on our Knight Commander. We should hopefully be able to deal a lot with these Orc Warriors. Their chariot has retreated off the field. They got 4 attacks hitting. That's quite strange. They've got the +1 power, so obviously we can't really save very well. We need a 6 up. We actually got 2 of them. Very good. And we didn't hit back. So we lost by 3 from the flanking, losing 2 guys. We've been doing damage. Let's see if they hold. They do not, so they retreat. Okay, to be expected. Korgak is going to hit one of our Black Skulls and does take him down. This is the reason why he was to be feared. 7 attacks coming on out. Made 6 saves. Wow. I know they've got heavy armor and they got 5 defense, but geez, oh. Very, very nice. We failed our save there. Let's go. Attack again. Damage, they make 2. So we did win by 2, and that's pretty much just due to the flanking in the rear. They did break and they're off the field. Fantastic. Now, Sir Tristan hitting these guys in the flank, getting a nice roll there, killing a lot of them. See, guys, why couldn't you do that? These knights, you know, they're not quite as good as Sir Tristan. Admittedly, these are Orc Warriors rather than the Brutes, so they will not hold, they will retreat, and they're off the field, leaving us just with these Boar Riders who will do a considerable amount of damage to our handgunners, unfortunately. We have to skip the charges, so they're going to charge on in, but we can get a really nice surround on them in the meantime. So, can we turn you guys around? Yep, that'll do. You are done. We'll get our Knight Commander turned around, moving on off, and he can get, maybe not quite that far. Turning around, moving off, he should get a really nice rear charge there. And with these knights here, we'll just have to move them down. They won't be able to fit on the same flank, unfortunately, but hey-ho. Alright, so that's that. On to the next phase, where our riflemen are unfortunately going to die. Which is a little bit of a shame. Lost by 5, no chance to attack back because they're being hit from the rear. Do they hold? No, they do not. See you later. These poor handgunners. But we managed to win, actually, because they were wavering. So that was the last chance they had, which is good because we were about to come and absolutely crush them. Alright, so we'll need to bring back a bunch of our handgunners. We did get some leveling up, so let's level up our Griffin first. So let's actually upgrade his skill. I think having a 5 skill Griffin is very, very nice. We'll get him to loot as well. With these Imperial Knights, we can get extra discipline or increased unit replenishment. That unit replenishment sounds like a really nice idea, actually, so we don't have to worry so much about getting them. You see, you get the 50%, so we can actually get 3 back in a turn, which I think we'll get the gold for now, because next we're going to get a camp, so we're going to get a chance to replenish there. So let's just continue getting the gold. Level up our handgunners. What do we have? +1 to range attack rolls. That's really, really nice. Veteran Marksman, level 1. And of course, we just have to get the replenishment. I know we're going to get the replenishment in the camp, but I want to make sure these handgunners actually have 10 models if possible. Heading over to the camp. So the camp here, we can replenish or train our units. So if you have any models lost, you can get them back. They get a little bit back, and then you also get a chance to get more back, or you can start training people where they get an XP. This is really, really nice for just making sure that everybody gets a lot of XP. So Tristan has leveled up. We could give him skill +1 as well. I think that sounds really nice, actually. Yes, we'll give him veteran skill +1 as well. He's becoming quite a force to be reckoned with. These Black Skulls, we are missing 1 model, and I could get that back with the replenishment, but I think I will get the XP. Gives him another chance to level up. Get a unit size +3, or we take the skill. I think because these are the guys who have the banner, we want to get as many of these guys as we can. So let's get the max unit size. We can hopefully get the skill level up later, and we can have a massive 13-man amount of knights. It's probably too many, actually, thinking about it, but it's probably worth it. Alright, let's head to the dice. See what happens here. Your party has found a forgotten tomb in the wilderness. Does it contain ancient treasure or slumbering evil? Form a search party to investigate it, or to leave it be. Given that we have a camp coming up, I think we will actually send a bunch of people in. think that's a good idea. Yeah, let's send them in. Enter the darkness. We found Heartseeker for +1 to hit rolls. Fantastic. And 40. That was a good idea. We did lose one of our hand. These poor handgunners really just cannot catch a break, can they? You kind of feel kind of bad for them. But, you know, they did their work, and we come to the armory. Now, we could buy another Knight Commander, who would be following Tristan, but we do not have the money for that. We could get a cannon. That is interesting. We can't get anything else, unfortunately. I think we maybe think more about how we want to do this. I think Relentless is a no-brainer. As much as I would quite like this cannon, and we will struggle against multi-wound monsters, which we might be fighting here, Relentless does sound really good. Cruelty also sounds really good. Opponent rerolls successful damage save is just nasty. I mean, do we just make Sir Tristan into an absolute powerhouse? I think the answer is yes. Let's get that. Let's get Cruelty. He is going to be an absolute menace on the battlefield. As for our knights, we could get Banner of the Fury for 55. I think we maybe get a Lance and Shield for the +2 charge bonus power, because we just want them to do as much damage as they can on the charge for both of them. We can still get a Banner of the Fury, so we get +1 power on the charge as well. Oh, these guys are going to be pretty tasty. Yes, I think we take that. I think we then just take the camp for the little bit of extra replenishment we're going to get. We want to make sure we're fully replenished. Let's get back some XP. Let's get our knights fully kitted out and +1 XP for our handgunners. And we are ready for the final battle of Act 1. Let's see how we do. We're against Drasgog, the cousin of the previous orc that we faced, and he is not happy with us in the slightest. Okay, so this water here is unpassable, except our griffin can fly over it, so I'm tempted to just put him there. We've got, look at the size of that unit, 13 Imperial Knights. Oh, that with the Curse Standard and the Banner of Fury, they're going to be incredibly powerful on the charge. They're going to absolutely wipe out anybody. These Imperial Knights here, would have been nice to get some more people in that squad, but we didn't get the upgrade for that. But still 5 skill. They're going to do some work. Alright, let's see what we're facing. And that is a large army. That is indeed a large army. Fortunately, 2 goblin mobs. It's a lot of people to deal with, but they won't be too much of a hassle for our knights to deal with. The boar riders and the double unit of orc warriors will be, and this orc boar chariot. I think we can actually take that out fairly simply with these knights with the Banner of Fury. They should do enough wounds to it that they can take that out. The main question is, how do we want to fight this? We can have our griffin coming in from the flank over on this side, which could be a good shout to do. And we could just clash this boar chariot straight on. I think that's what we'll do with these knights here. They'll come up the flank. We'll wheel them around. They're not quite in charge range. Okay, we can't wield that quite as aggressively there. I kind of wanted to make sure that we're away from these goblins, but there we go. Yep, that'll do. Push them on up. Handgunners unload into the orc chief. That's nice. It's really nice. Okay, got a few saves there, but, you know, nothing too bad. I think we'll just get you to hold position. Yeah, this goblin mob shouldn't be quite enough in range to charge, but it'll be very close. These Imperial Knights. I really want to try and flank that war chief, but I know these boar riders are going to be coming in from the flank. So instead, I think what we do is we get you to swing on round to here. And we shift your positioning so they can't get a... If the boar riders completely commit, they cannot get a flanking opportunity on you, and we're still in range to charge that war chief. I think that's the best shout. Okay, Mr. Griffin Rider. What can you do? I didn't really want you to go so quick, but we don't have enough units. Maybe... Yeah, this is a bit of an issue. Maybe we bring you round. You have a really long charge, so maybe we actually just bring you so that you're kind of closer. This way, if the boar riders try anything, we can then get a really nice charge. You can see how long that charge radius is. And he should still be in range to get a potential flanking attack. Yeah, if we move him up a little bit closer, you should get a potential flanking attack on that war chief as well. I think that's what we do. Alright. The boars did come up. We could get an intercept actually with our knight commander, which would be really, really nice. Let's have a look, see the charges. Imperial Knight into the Orc Boar Chariot. We can get a really nice flank on these Boar Riders, which I think is what we do. Let's flank those Boar Riders with our guy here. These Imperial Knights will just go into the War Chief. I think that's probably the best shout that we have. Very aggressive charging. It does make me a little bit worried with the number of troops that they have around us, but I think we'll deal. War Cry has been used, good. Let us bring out these handgunners a little bit, and we'll get them just to fire on this Goblin Mob. It's the only thing in range. Rerolling 1, 6 hits. 5 up to save, they make 2 6s. Well done to them. Alright, let's have a little think. Do we want to pop... I don't think we want to pop the Curse Standard on these Knights this turn. Okay, the Goblin Mob's coming around. They're going to get a nice flank into Imperial Knights. I'm not too happy about that. Now, Sir Tristan, you have a lot of attacks. I think we are going to activate the Furious Charge on you, because these are multi-wound models. We do not activate the Curse Standard. We need that to wipe out the infantry. Alright, that's going to be... I mean, I'm hoping the mob charges him rather than the Orc boys, but we'll have to see. 10 attacks come through, completely fails to save, Chariot done. Good. Good job, Tristan Blackskulls. Did lose one, unfortunately, but I think we can deal with the loss of a single knight for that. Now, coming on Sir Tristan, he's got 5 attacks, 2 to hit, re-rolling. Good stuff, that's 5. They made 2 saves, but they have to re-roll that, so they actually lost quite a lot there. Alright, the Griffin's attacking, he gets re-rolls as well, he only got 2. Okay. They did manage to save that, but with the wounds that we did, that's 3 dead, win by 7, they should run away. Indeed they do. Perfect. Okay, so the Boar Riders are done. We're up against Drazog now. Big roll from Drazog against our Horsemen. We do save. That's good. We've got 9 hits coming out. That's 6. How many saves? Wow, what a save. Well done, them. That's 5. Whereas we failed 2. So we actually lost by 2 there. That might not be the worst thing. Oh no, we held. I was going to say, if we actually fall back there, that might not be the worst thing, but we held. We're going to get a counter charge into our flank from this Goblin Mob. But... do they intercept? We could charge straight into this Goblin Mob, which I think they will intercept with our Orc Warriors, and that's nothing we can do about that. These Imperial Knights can't charge anybody. I think we just have to confirm the charge. No, the counter charge? They don't get the intercept. Perfect. Okay, these Knights here in the middle are in a little bit of trouble, it has to be said. Let's activate these handgunners because those Orcs are going to move. If we were to move you like this, are you in range of these? No, you're not. Are you in range of these Boar Riders? You are. Okay, let's just open fire on the Boar Riders. Do what we can. Okay, we did kill 1, so they're not going to be particularly useful, and we'll move on up and get ready to engage this Goblin Mob from the flank. These Orc Warriors come in, they're not going to be able to charge. I think out of the 2 of these guys, our Horsemen should be more dedicated on the War Chief than the Goblin Mob. We should get some nice counter charges here when we can. Drazog, he's big, he's scary, he's killed another one of our Knights, and now the Head Smashers come in. 6 hits against them. Okay, good. We've managed to kill a couple of them. We are getting flanked. We've got the Goblin Mob to worry about as well. 3 up armor save. We fail 3. Okay, these Knights are probably going to retreat. We've got 3 up save on these Goblins. We lost another Knight. Lost by 4. They will not hold this unless we roll 4 or lower. They do not. They retreat. Probably for the best, actually. This Goblin Mob over here, Sir Tristan, he's attacking. He gets 3 hits. They make 1 save. They have to re-roll. It's pretty nasty. So we kill 3. Griffin attacks back. He hits 2. 6 up save. Fail. We're 5 in the clear. 7 hits back, 3 up saves. We make all but 1, so we do lose 1 wound on the Griffin, but we win by 4. They do not hold, they retreat. Good stuff. Good stuff. A little bit of a shame about our Imperial Knights here. They did survive, but they're not looking so hot. Let's charge this War Chief over here. Do we charge the handgunners into the Goblin Mob? We could shoot them for a turn, but they will charge us next turn. It's whether or not we think these 10 handgunners can do enough damage to these Goblin Mob and actually make them retreat. I think there's a good chance of it. We've got a good charge. We're going to make sure this Goblin Mob runs off the field, and then we'll deal with these Orc Warriors when we hopefully manage to get these guys retreating. Okay, there's going to be a counter charge on our Knight Commander. That's not great. I think with our Imperial Knights, we do use the Curse Standard here. We just want to kill these Orc Warriors off this turn. Yep. Okay. Let's try and rally our Knights. They do not rally, so they will continue to retreat. That is a bit of a shame. Yep. Okay, so Drazgog. We managed to save against his attack. We're coming in now 20 attack hits. 15 of them go through. The opponent rolls. We kill everybody in the unit. Fantastic. We roll to save. We make the save. Win by 11. The unit is wiped. Good job, boys. Good job. That was fantastic. Can the handgunners do the same? Rolling to hit. We got 5. 4 up saves. We kill 3. They got 3 attacks back. 4 attacks back, sorry. They fail them all. We win by 4. They do not hold. They retreat. They retreat through our knights, which is a little bit weird. But never mind. Sir Tristan. 4 attacks. 6s to save. They save, but they have to re-roll, so none of them save. And then the Griffin. Let's see. Hit 2. Rolling to save. Them save. Win by 7. They should run off the field. Clear as day. Indeed they do. Perfect. Good job, boys. Right, so we've got this one large block of Orc Warriors left. We are not in charging range. We could charge this mob, which I think we will. We want to make sure that they come off the field. Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, we've done it now. We don't have a choice. The handgunners weren't in range. We've got one more chance to rally those guys. Our Knight Commander is going to get hit by 20 Orc Warriors. This is going to hurt. We only have 5 wounds on our Griffin, which is a little bit worrying. We could lose our commander here. I'm hoping we don't. We can't shoot them because they're in range. That's a little bit of a shame, but we've got our Knights. Let's see if we can get our rally. We do get the rally. Okay, good stuff, good stuff. All right, let's see what happens here. We are hitting back with 3. We kill 2. That's better than nothing. They hit with 6. 3 up saves. We lost by 1. If we'd saved 1 more, or if we killed 1 more, we'd been fine. We do break. We're off the field. Okay, so our commander has routed. That is a shame. Fortunately, we still have the Black Skulls to win us the day, as they just absolutely decimate this Goblin mob. I'm not worried about them now. Yep. Indeed, they're not quite off the field, but they probably will struggle to rally. So it's all good from me. We could charge that, but I don't see the point. We need to actually combat these Orc Warriors, so let's just skip the charges. We will immediately fire on them with our handguns, which get a good volley. 8 shots, fantastic. 4 ups to save. They make 4, we kill 4. Good stuff. We're going to hold here with our guys. They're not... Actually, we'll move up ever so slightly, so we're actually in charge range. Not that you usually want your handgunners in attack range of orcs, but, you know, it is a desperate time. Over here, we're gonna swing around our cavalry so that they hopefully have a really nice interrupt for their charge, or if they do charge us, we can countercharge them fairly well. I think that's good enough. These knights over here, we're going to turn them around. They may be in the position... Not quite. I was going to say they might be in position to actually help. And we don't even have to fight them at all. There was a victory for Act 1 with the goblins routed. The orcs crumbled before Sir Tristan. What a fantastic battle. And that was the last battle of Act 1. We can level up our Griffin here. +1 attack, I think, would be exceptionally good. Let's get offensive mastery. Absolutely fantastic. We did lose 2 wounds, so I think we will heal up to full because we don't want to lose that Griffin if possible. We've managed to level up these guys here. Let's get the increased base unit replenishment for these guys who would really, really not like the increased unit size, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers. We'll get them back up to full. For the Black Skulls, I think we'll actually just get them to give us some money. And for the handgunners, let's get that increased unit size. Come on. It's got to be done. It's got to be done. And we'll actually get them up to full as well. And that was another fantastic battle from Sir Tristan and his merry band. And with that, we're on to Act 2, which effectively does the same thing again. We have to work our way through the map in order to get to the end there. Hopefully that was good fun. I think we'll call this episode here. I hope you're enjoying Fantasy Warfare Soul, or Soul Fantasy Warfare, whichever way you want to put it. It's a really great game. It's basically just tabletop, but it does all the hard work for you. You don't have to worry about setting up the terrain. You don't have to worry about counting dice. It just does it all for you. You just get to play the battles, have fun, and yeah, Absolutely fantastic game. Check it out on Steam. It's free. You might as well. And just to say thank you very much for everybody who watched the first video. Thank you very much for everybody who's watching this one. It does mean a lot that you guys are enjoying this. If you'd like to support the channel a little bit further, you can become a member. And if you join the Burger Band, you get a couple of benefits, and including at the higher tiers, you also get access to videos when they're uploaded rather than when they come out, whenever sort of schedule dictates. Usually a little bit after the processing is done. So up to you if you want to do that, but either way, really appreciate everybody who's watching so far. It's amazing how fast the channel's been growing, actually, this entire year. It's been crazy. But no, just want to say thank you very much for watching, and until next time, take care.